Guess what, guys? There's still hope for the NFL, but we still have roughly 6 weeks left till the first regular season weekend, and without any NFL preseason and with nothing else to talk about but hype around a player's performance this year, the sports card market continues to grow and August should be hot. So the quest for August is this. We're going to imagine that you only have $100 to invest in football cards, and you've got to invest in at least one QB, one running back, and one wide receiver. So by the end of this video, you're going to know the parameters that I'm giving myself around this quest. You're going to know how you can participate as well, and you're going to understand what market movers can provide us in determining whether or not we should be investing in raw cards, graded cards, and can it give us any information as to what players to invest in. And if you do participate, there will be a prize at the end of the month in the form of a kick-ass giveaway. Plus, I'm gonna put up a chalkboard here on my wall and you will get bragging rights for the month of September. So let's dig in. The quest has taken us to a new area. In here, we run into the wall and we found the Book of Market Movers. Welcome to the land of market movers. No, seriously, so we're going to focus on these tabs here on the left, and this is basically the dashboard where it was just at your saved favorites and then your saved player favorites that you're tracking, and then your collection. Haven't added anything here yet. You can add manual cards to keep track of stuff. And then popular card charts is a good one. I was going through, you can have searches saved. And these little points on the graph are all individual sales. And Jimmy G is a guy that I just bought a PSA 9 of for $30 the other night. See if we can chart any card. So we're seeing a trend, we're seeing an upward trend, and these are raw Odell Beckham cards. And puts it in a very visually pleasing format with tons of information. We can compare different players and cards on the same screen. We can look at graded versus raw. It is limited in a sense. There's a lot of football players and football cards that are not in market movers from what I've seen. And there is a section to add cards in. So we could look at the last 90 days in here, and this is by far my favorite tab in the land of market movers, is this price movements by player. And you just basically put in football, and then I could sort between PSA 10 and raw. Right now I have PSA 10 because I want to show you the percentage and change you can see in a PSA 10 versus a raw. So here is the top 10 list for the last 90, and you can see it is mostly quarterbacks, but there is Kamara and McCaffrey in that list. So we look at the top, the last 30 days, we know Lamar Jackson's card has blown up. They've got 15 cards on here herself, 271 total sales, average sale of 951. So let's expand him and see, and what we'll do is then we'll control and we'll chart this card. So now we clicked on chart that card, and it's brought us into this window, so we could see now going all the way back to May 7th that Lamar Jackson Prism 10 base 10. All right, so doing the math on the increase from, if we take a $600 average here in the beginning, back at the beginning of May, all the way to the highest sale of $3,340, that's a 557% increase in value. So let's go back to the other card now, and let's change this, and I want to say raw. Not many of his Prism cards that are on there raw, so it's hard for me to do a good comparison with that. Then this is what's so difficult about this, guys. What we could do, guys, because this is where we have to utilize our other tools. There's raw cards being sold left and right, 532, 310, just hard to get an average, you know, 500 for a PSA 9. There's a base rookie that sold for $660 on July 31st. So it exploded there for sure. very difficult to track nonetheless. But if, okay, so we're looking at this time frame, we're saying $400, and then we look at what they were, we have to go back to May. But I am determined. We're almost there. So $75 raw card to $400 raw card is still a 533% increase in value since that time. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. Quite fascinating. So you can see that buying raw and selling raw, just like Gary Vee said, is a very viable strategy. It's roughly, when you crunch the numbers, it's only slightly lower return. The one thing about buying great is that you're guaranteed the condition of that card, and there's a population that can be tracked with it. Or if you don't, because none of us can see into the future, none of us know what's going to happen come November of this year, so we cannot say for 100% certainty which player specifically is the best one to invest in. And so we've got to diversify to some degree, and we've also got to stick within our bankroll principles. And what fun is it if you have $500 and you spend it all on one card? I mean, and then you're done. It's just not that fun. As well as if you really are right, you can buy a bunch of those raw cards and see an even better increase in that raw value because of how cheap you can get some raw cards for. However, when we get into some smaller name players, that change is even more drastic, because now I can buy a PSA 10 of a Devontae Adams for like $50 or $60. It's not $500-$600. I might just go ahead and get that PSA 10 for $50-$60 versus getting the PSA 9 for $20 to $30 or a raw card for $5. People are going to jump on the PSA 10s as that are under $50 more quickly. That's going to lead to a bigger spike in those cards, and then the PSA 9s and raw will lag behind. But at the end of the day, at the end of the big shift of whatever happened surrounding that player, you're looking at roughly the same percentage increased if the card is in comparable condition from what we've seen here. So in August, I want to imagine that I only have $100 to spend, and I have to buy at least one quarterback, one wide receiver, and one running back rookie card. And the goal is to maximize profit. So the way I want to involve you guys is I want you guys to leave a comment to this video this week and let me know who the player would be that you would pick, QB, running back, and wide receiver. And we'll track the sales in eBay through market movers, and we'll see who obtained the most profit by the first week of September. And of course, there's going to be a prize. You know, a little giveaway. You know, I like to definitely be a giveaway around that. And of course, you're going to get bragging rights in front of the whole community here, which is now 114 members strong. But I'll put up a chalkboard on the wall with your name and constantly give you a shout out that you earned the most profit in August 2020 through the Fantasy Football Card Quest $100 challenge. Now, you don't actually have to go out and buy this card. I'm just talking about leaving their name, and it has to be at least 3, so you can buy graded cards or you can buy raw cards. Play by the star stock parameters. So for 2012, we're talking Bowman Chrome, Topps Chrome, Base Topps, and Base Bowman. Prior to 2016, it's got to be either Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome, or Panini Prism. After 2016, we're talking Prism, Panini Prism, we're talking Optic, and Base Donruss. So those are our criteria, because that's the main criteria that StarStock follows when submitting cards. And I honestly believe they're the best platform to maximize our profits right now selling football cards. And I'm taking full advantage of every single card they'll offer. So that part of my plan has not changed, and that's still going on in the background. And I'll be doing more videos here shortly on my next submission to StarStock, my next submission to ComC. So put your picks in the comments, your QB, your wide receiver, running back. Pick the card based on the StarStock parameters, and I will announce my other 2 picks on Thursday night when we go live. I hope to see you guys there. We're doing giveaways every Thursday night and a big giveaway at the end of this. We have a lot of fun. I'll see you guys there. Peace.